Here we have for sale our 2016 on a 66 plate Volkswagen Transporter T6. This is a T30, which means it's got a 3-ton gross vehicle weight. It's the 2-litre TDI with 150 brake horsepower. It's a factory 150 brake horsepower, not remapped or anything like that. And it is in the Highline trim. What we're going to do is have a little walk around this van, have a look at the spec that you get on a Highline and a couple of additional little bits that this particular van has got, and also the condition. So starting at the rear, one of the most unusual things about this van is this here at the back, which is the tailgate, the fact that it opens as one door like so. Perfect for camper conversions. This is what a lot of people are looking for when it comes to converting a panel van like this, so one without seats in the back or with anything in the back, into a camper van. That's one of the main items that they're looking for, is a rear tailgate. You can see here that the previous owner has added a little bit of chrome trim there, a couple of little bits and bobs there. Of course, these can be removed if you so wanted to. There is, just to note, a tiny bit of, I don't know if you can see it there in the light, but there is a little dent here. We've left that for the time being because a lot of people, when they convert these into camper vans, this panel is actually cut out for glass. So we've left that for the time being. We can get it done if someone was going to use it as a van itself, but we've priced this van as well very competitively and accordingly. So also on the rear here, you can see we've got the rear color-coded bumper with the rear parking sensors integrated there. This one has got the 16-inch, these are called the Calvin alloy wheels, proper VW alloy wheels, and you've also got a rear spoiler there which has been added. You've also got chrome sidebars along the side, of course a side loading door on the passenger side. On a Highline as well, there are lots of these sorts of elements like the handles, the door mirrors. They are also color coded, which gives it a much nicer look, I feel. In the back, not ply lined. Again, we haven't ply lined this because, again, a lot of these will be converted into camper vans, and you wouldn't necessarily want that. It's nice to see exactly what you're working with as a blank canvas in the back. So these are the factory panels which will come, so you get them on the headlining and transporters, and also around the side there on the rear tailgate. Again, previous owner has added these slightly brighter rear bulbs in there. And you've got the factory fitted bulkhead, again, can be removed if you so wanted to. So go on about this being a prime for camper conversion, which it is, but they do make very good works vans as well, so you could also, of course, use it for that. Got the nice rubber VW mat in there. We'll talk a little bit more about the spec in the cab when we go around to the driver's side in just a second. You can see we've got wind deflectors on the windows. This is Euro 6 as well, so being a 66 plate, it's a late 2016. I've checked on the government website, or the Transport for London website, and it is, as I say, it is in fact ultra low emissions zone compliant, which means you don't have to pay the congestion charge when you go into an area such as central London. Looking at the front of the van, you can see there is a front splitter on here. There is a small little crack just there in the front splitter, but a very presentable van indeed. These lights here have been changed for slightly brighter versions, but all the usual Highline trim. If we go inside, have a look at the spec that you get in the cab, and I've also got the service book in here as well, because this van has got a lovely service history with it, which is always nice to see. So starting at the driver's door, we've got electric windows, we've got electric heated mirrors. You put it to that position there for the heated element to come into play. We've got auto-activated lights and wipers. This van has got 2 spare keys, so you've got 2 full remote keys, and then you've got a non-remote key as well. On the driver's seat, one of my favourite features on a Transporter is the twin adjustable armrests, so that you can adjust these with a little roller underneath just there. We've then got the leather multifunctioning steering wheel. On the right hand side, this is where you've got the onboard computer controls, which are up the front there on the dashboard, and that's where you can see the mileage. If you could just see it there in the bottom left of the screen, 63,280 6 miles. And on the left hand side, this is where you've got the volume controls for the radio and also the cruise controls as well. Being a 150 brake horsepower engine, it's quite unusual to find these panel vans in the 150 brake horsepower variant. They come with a 6-speed manual gearbox. You also get air conditioning as well as standard on a Highline. Again, that is probably one of the two main things that people look for in a camper van conversion, one being a tailgate, the other being air conditioning. You also get DAB radio as standard, heated windscreen, you've got USB port just there. There's a couple of 12-volt sockets, one up the top there, one down there as well. And now let's have a look at the service history. So this is the most recent service. All of the services have been done. This is service number 4, as you can see up there. This was done in June of 2020 at 57,032 miles. But we have got other services as well. There's another with our same local VW van centre, and then another there at in 2018, 29,000 miles, and then its first one there at 17 in June 17. So really nice comprehensive service history, as I say, with our local VW van centre main dealer. With the passenger seats, you can actually pull up on the front of the passenger seat like so, flip it forward, and it gives you some storage then underneath there. That's where you can see the jack and the wheel brace is located. So very well appointed van, being a Highline, so you get a fantastic spec. Front fog lights as well, just to mention there, but also with a few unusual little bits, mainly speaking the tailgate at the rear, as I mentioned, Euro 6, and does come with a fantastic comprehensive VW service history as well. If you'd like to inquire or have any other questions about this van, please feel free to give us a call on either of the numbers listed there. We can arrange finance at very competitive rates, starting as low as 7.9% APR, of course subject to acceptance. And we can take cars or vans in part exchange also. Thank you very much for watching.